It's in our blood, it's in our bones, orange and brown, yeah, we ride for our own like a dog pack running. We ain't alone, game day comes, get ready for the show. It's our call, it's our bark, it's our song. We stand tall, yeah, we've been here all along. Through it all, the dog pound standing strong. We all dogs, yeah, we all dogs. Welcome to the Dogs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reniker, Justin Charles, Kenny Mack, and Josh Hall. We are dogs!
What's up, Browns fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Dogs Podcast, setting a summer 2026 record, all of us 2 weeks in a row. I think this is the first time.
Baby.
Actually, we have myself, Justin, Josh, and the Cookie Monster.
Yes, I am the Cookie Monster today. I have no voice, but I'm ready to get after it and let's talk some Browns. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best Joe Cocker. Oh yeah, hey, let's go, baby. Joe Cocker impression.
Oh man, I've been busting Kenny's chops too much the last couple weeks. But it's what we do here on the Dogs. We razz each other. Before we get into today's episode, though, remember, if you want to get thoughts and intros on the show, head to thedogspodcast.com, tap leave voicemail in the drop-down menu. You can listen on Apple and Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the show, obviously. Press the notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. And also, please make sure you're subscribed. Can't do any of that other stuff if you haven't subscribed. And all the subscribers help us, and we appreciate you guys being here. Last, if you want more Dogs content, head to jointhedogs.com, become an official Dog Pack member, play fantasy football with us, get access to the private Discord, and just hang out with a bunch of cool Browns fans from all over the globe. So let's just dive on into it. Browns news this week, conflicting reports. We're either getting some money back. We're getting, for Deshaun Watson's basically zero service to the Browns, we're getting anywhere from like $150 to $250 million back. Nobody seems to know. It's somewhere in there. Josh, you're kind of the guy who's like big on this. What's going on? Are the Browns getting any cap relief? If they are, when? And does it actually help us? Is it meaningful?
So they are getting cap relief. It's not the $88.9 million that Mike Florio reported. So this whole thing is really confusing. As you guys know, and I keep telling people on social media, this is why the Browns have to go and other teams have to hire Harvard grads to understand this nonsense. Like this stuff is crazy. And of course, the team declined to comment. They're not going to talk about this stuff. But from what I gather out of this is the NFLPA accounting report, Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, they got this report and they saw these numbers and put them all together, added them up and said, hey, that's about $88.9 million in cap credit coming back to the Browns from 2024 to 2029 over that span. Sweet. That sounds really good. We got all excited, shared that number around. And then over the cap guys came out, Jack Duffin from the OBR too, said, I don't think that's right, guys. I think those numbers are incorrect. And what essentially happened, if you guys have seen the chart, the graph, whatever, of all these numbers, there was an original like pro ratio number, and then there was a revised number. And what you had to do, what Mike Florio, the step he skipped, you got to take those two numbers and subtract them. You got to take the original number, subtract the revised number, and what you're left with, that's the cap relief. And you add all those numbers up, it's about $9.8 million.
Holy moly.
So a little bit of a difference from.
Holy moly. Okay, and moving on to other topics with Cleveland. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, guys. Sorry. Sorry.
Like when you guys saw that number, did you not fall out of your seats? Because we've been trying to figure this out for the last 2 years of if we're going to get anything back. And I know Josh and I have had a discussion before, and it was like $2 million here. Sometimes it was like 200,000, and then they come out with this 88 million value. I'm like, this has got to be phony baloney, man. Like, what's going on here? And now this makes way more sense.
Yeah.
So in terms of like, that's just in salary cap relief, right? Did Jimmy Haslam recoup cash?
I am assuming.
Because if not, what's the point?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why else would they do the insurance?
Correct.
You know, I guess it just I guess the insurance makes sense to protect your investment in terms of your own personal bank account, but in terms of like the team, I mean, if Deshaun Watson's history in Cleveland doesn't get you a boatload of cap relief from this kind of stuff, nobody's going to get you any. I mean, how much does a guy have to miss to get meaningful cap relief from this? Like, you can't miss much more time than he's missed since he's been here.
Yeah, and from what I've been reading, and again, guys, don't take anything I say as like gospel on any of this because I don't understand it completely. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all these numbers and the way this works. But I think you can only really take insurance out on the guaranteed money or like the bonus part of the I'm not sure. But either way, like all of his contract obviously is guaranteed. So every year that they restructure, they're moving part of the roster bonus into a sign, whatever. They're doing stuff with the bonus. So these numbers change. So that 9.8 that this added up to, that's not the official number. That's not the final number. And there might be more to it. This is just what they're thinking it is. So I don't think any of this is set in stone or anything like that.
I know when I saw it, I thought maybe this would make me feel a little bit better about the last 4 years. And I just came away going, who really cares? At the end of the day, he signed a 5-year fully guaranteed contract and has earned about $8 million of that out of the 240. So if Jimmy's getting some back, hey, I guess good business move. As far as for what it did for the team, damage done. 4 years lost, bro. Doesn't matter what money we get back. Doesn't matter what $9 million we get back over the next 5 years. I mean, you can add a depth piece, I guess, over the next 5 years if you want $2 million a year or something. But like at the end of the day, I still have a bad taste in my mouth about the whole thing. It sucks. The $88 million doesn't do anything for me. I go, hey, I'm glad Jimmy got some of it back. I'm glad we did this swing at the end of the day because we've always said that, we wanted to do that, but it doesn't take away the sting of what transpired with this whole thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I've been talking about too with people is whatever this number ends up being, 9.8, it's definitely not the 89 million, but Deshaun, it was a $230 million guaranteed contract. He gets $230 million end of the day, no matter what. So he's walking away with that money at the end of this. And like you said, like we're walking away with essentially nothing gained from it. Actually, a whole lot of stuff lost.
We lost,
yes.
Bro. We lost our Super Bowl core that we thought could be, the next 2-3 years. It went out the window very, very quickly.
Talk about the highest of highs and the lowest of lows too.
Fair.
It's obviously worse because we gave up way more and it's the quarterback and everything that goes with it and what it costs us. But I kind of, at least the feeling in terms of when we added him to the roster, it's like the feeling of when we got OBJ.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I still remember being at Chili's and getting the notification that we got OBJ and just I couldn't even believe that we did it. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I just wanted to go pace around the restaurant. That's kind of whenever we got Deshaun, I just remember just being we're going to be Super Bowl contenders. The Browns have finally done it. You know what I mean? The Browns have finally added the piece that we've been looking for my entire life. And just the high I felt. It's almost like when Rajay Davis hit the home run. Just the high I felt.
Take me there, dog.
And then it's all taken away. And then 4 years later, whatever it's been now, it just we're just in the dumps. We're worse off than we've ever been. And it's just man, if Cleveland sports doesn't humble you, I don't know what will.
Yeah, dude, nothing can hurt you if you're a Browns fan. That's for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we'll continue. Obviously, if we get clarification on that, we'll obviously keep reporting on that. But just kind of give you a little bit of insight on at least what we can make of it. And honestly, it's really just what Josh can make of it. I'm just, yeah, sounds right.
Sounds good. Jack said what?
Totally.
Like I said, just follow Jack Duffin. Everybody out there, if you don't, people will lead you astray. I mean, Mike Florio. I mean, this really got everybody all hey, look at all this money we're getting back, and then we all had to kind of together go, oh, they were wrong.
Yeah, that was rough.
So, some other stuff that came out about the Browns this week. I kind of wanted to get into these lists, these rankings.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's. I guess the biggest one I want to talk about, I feel is probably where we ranked in terms of the roster. Do you have these lists in front of you, Josh?
If you talk for about 30 more seconds, I'll get that one up.
Okay. So my computer was dead before this, so my messages aren't synced in here, so I don't have them on here, or else I would have had them. I'm like looking at text messages from a month ago on my computer, and I was very confused why.
I got 'em.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to actually read them?
Well, just like, yeah, so
Or do you want to know where the Browns are at?
This was the overall, who ranked us, and it was just what, roster on paper?
Yeah, pretty. So it's projected starting lineup, and this is from ESPN. Mike Clay, Aaron Schatz, Seth Walter, and I mean, I'll just go through like the top 5. Number 1's the Rams. They have the Rams at number 1. 2's the Eagles. 3 are the Seahawks. 4 are the Bills, and then 5 is the Ravens. Then you got to scroll all the way to damn near the bottom to hit number 31 out of 32 for your Cleveland Browns. Which, let me just. So everybody might be wondering, who's the only team after us? Miami Dolphins. Makes sense.
Yep.
That's a very bad roster. Ahead of us at 29 is the Atlanta Falcons. And then, I guess this is tied 29, Arizona Cardinals, 28 Tennessee Titans, and 27 the Las Vegas Raiders, which let me know what you guys think. When I saw the Raiders and the Titans and the Cardinals ahead of us, I was like,
Of all this, one, I'm not totally shocked where the Browns are, but
no.
I'm kind of surprised at how low the Falcons were. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know their offensive line. I don't know their defensive personnel really, but I do know that they have, Bijan Robinson and Drake London and Kyle Pitts and some weapons. So I'm kind of surprised to see them that low. For the Browns, guys, like I feel like Browns fans' reactions probably immediately were just like, what? How could we possibly be this low? Well, the problem is about 80% of the starting roster for the Browns is going to be a first or second year player this year. Everything is pure speculation on how good the Browns are actually going to be. So you can't rank them much higher. So I'm not all that surprised. Like even teams like the Cardinals and stuff like that are ahead of us because on paper, we haven't seen Boston. We haven't seen KC out there. We haven't seen these guys actually on an NFL field playing. And as much as we're all hopeful that Shador is going to take a leap this year and it's tough to evaluate him with the talent last year, if you're just looking based on what you watched and the numbers, he was statistically one of the worst quarterbacks in the league last year. So, and they haven't even named him the starter. And if they haven't named, so we're a team with no starting quarterback and a bunch of rookie and second year guys who haven't played it with a rookie head coach. So immediate reaction could be like, you're losing your mind. How could we possibly be this low? But there's nothing to say that a month into the season, this isn't completely different. We just haven't seen 60% of our roster play NFL football yet.
Yeah, dude. And we just redid our offensive line.
Correct. Yep.
When you do two new coordinators, let alone a head coach, and you don't have a quarterback, doesn't matter who the pundit is. They don't see you as a good team. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have talent. And we like what we've got so far. And Moncton's kind of sold us on himself, but we haven't seen it yet. It's not tangible. So I get why we're 31.
So go ahead, Justin.
Go ahead.
Then
I was just going to say, I think you guys absolutely nailed it. You have a young roster that's pretty unproven. Although we think as Browns fans that there's some gems in there and there's some serious, nice young talent. Yeah. Like Blake said, it's completely unproven. And then Kenny, you nailed it. Brand new offensive line, brand new coaching staff, and then the quarterback situation is a huge indictment. Like that's enough to scare off a lot, especially if you look at our track record as far as what we've been as a team. It hasn't been, we haven't put our best foot forward over the, since we came back in 99. It's very okay for the critics to just go, yeah, they're probably going to be bad again.
So they break down for each team a couple different categories. For us, the biggest strength they listed is actually still the front seven. So even though Myles Garrett is gone, they give us a high praise for getting Jared Verse in here. We still have Wright, McGuire, Mason Graham, Schlesinger, and then they highlight Quincy Williams coming in here to replace Devin Bush. I think that's a really nice addition to the defense as well. The biggest weakness for the team, quarterback. You guys hit on that one. We don't need to kill that. The X factor for 2026, you guys said it, the remade offensive line. How do they gel? How does this work? Are they better? We don't know. We hope, we think, we believe, but we don't know. And then the non-starter to know is Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Yeah.
He's going to be a dog, man.
I think so.
Yep.
So much hinges on this revamped offensive line.
Everything.
I think I've said it before. If Shador plays no better, if the skill guys are no better, and everybody is the same or worse than they were a year ago, but the offensive line is significantly better, the offense will automatically look better. We'll be able to run the ball better. We'll be able to get some first downs. We won't be so one-dimensional, especially once we get inside the red zone. Like, if this offensive line is notably better, the offense will be improved. Even if nobody else is better than they were last year, we will be better because good teams are built from the inside out. Good teams have good offensive lines and they have good defensive lines. If you have those two things in place, you can figure everything else out. The offensive line has to be better. I don't see how it could be worse.
I can't even make a prediction. Like, there's so many times, like, if you look in the comments or people comment on our lives, like on YouTube, they're like, what do you think the Browns will be? And I always come back to the same question or the same conclusion. I don't know what the offensive line is going to be, so I can't say anything. I guess we're still 5-12 till we have an offensive line, because the quarterback ain't going to get any better. You saw what the offensive line did to the quarterbacks last year. We couldn't set anything up. And until we get to it, till I see that in the preseason, then I can give an estimation after that.
This episode is sponsored by Dash Dog Food. Browns fans, Butcher Box for Pets has rebranded to Dash Dog Food. Same great products, same great company, just a new name, a new brand, but with that comes an even better deal for you guys. Now you can get 60% off your first subscription order of the premium slow cooked nutrition dog food or the premium fresh dog food. Just go to dashdogfood.com/dogs, DAWGS, and use promo code DOGS. As you guys know, we're the dogs, but let's not kid ourselves. The most important dogs in our lives are, well, our dogs. And they're not just pets, like I said, they're part of the family. So the question is, what are you actually feeding them? At Dash Dog Food, they believe in real ingredients. Their pet foods have been developed and certified by vet nutritionists to contain 0 artificial flavors or preservatives. You get protein-packed formula that includes pre- and postbiotics to support your dog's vitality and their digestion. And speaking of the benefits of Dash Dog Food, Dash delivers their high-quality food right to your door. So just choose the delivery schedule you need for your dog, and you can change, modify, or pause your plan at any time. So try it out today. Your dog will love you for upgrading their meal times. dashdogfood.com/dogs and use promo code DOGS to get 60, not 50, but now 60% off your first subscription order of the premium slow cooked nutrition fresh dog food or the premium fresh dog food. Minimum purchase of $34, 60% discount applies to subscription orders only. One use per customer. Cancel at any time.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
I got to see it week 1, brother. Preseason to me, I can't be sold on fool's gold anymore in preseason.
Yeah, fair point.
Preseason to me doesn't move the needle at all, other than we get to see guys in and stuff like that, and maybe it figures out some positional battles, but I want to see their guys against our guys straight up.
I'm like overly assuming that the Browns are going to be like the Ravens and play a lot of their starters and run the ball down everybody's throat in the preseason, right? You know what? I think I kind of sound like Monken right now, don't I?
A little bit. A little hoarse and raspy. I do agree with you, though, because I mean, it just makes sense that we have to play most of our offensive starters in the preseason because they're all like rookies or second-year guys. Yeah. They need the reps, the experience.
I do not. That was one thing the Stefanski area that I just, maybe at first when we had Baker, Chubb, and these guys, I understood not playing people in the preseason. But once we were kind of out of that window and we were clearly like, we had some new faces in here and they needed to play together and gel, I did not understand just never letting them get any reps in the offseason.
And then
Like,
come week
just-
one, just lost.
Just look, yes, that is something I just didn't understand. Like, I get you don't want to get anybody hurt, but you can't be scared. If they're going to get hurt, they're going to get hurt. And then two, like, turns out it's not good to start the season 0-5, or 1-4 because we're just now hitting our stride. This is our preseason. Well, there's a preseason for a reason. There's only 17 games in the NFL. You can't afford to give any away. That one game's the difference between making the playoffs and not. This isn't the MLB or the NBA, where you can lose 50 games a year. It's just like I did not understand that.
No, and I think preseason, honest, I know we always say don't put too much stock into preseason, but one thing is like how the team looks does translate to the regular season. I remember the 2019 Freddie Kitchens season. We were so excited for that season. Like, we got OBJ and Baker's second season. We got this new like, it's going to be great. I remember, I think it was the Buccaneers, wasn't it, the first preseason game? And we played our starters for like the first drive, and they looked terrible. And it was like, okay, it's preseason. It's not that big of a deal.
That's a good point, man, because remember, it was either 21 or 22, and we kept blowing coverages in preseason. And then that just carried the whole way through.
Yeah.
So there is something to be said for that.
My thing with the preseason is I don't really care if you look that great. I definitely care if you don't look good.
Yeah.
That's a great
point. There's teams out there that don't win preseason games and they go on to be okay. Those teams are probably playing like fifth stringers every single game. If you're playing first and second string guys in your preseason games and you look lost and you don't look like you know what you're doing, you're probably not going to be a very good football team that year.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't care if you win or lose the game because there's a good chance that their fourth string comes out and tacks on a couple bogus touchdowns against your fourth string. Who cares if you win? What matters is, do the early string guys look like they know what they're doing? Are they coached up? If not, that's a problem.
Brad says this is the first time you've seen the AJ Hawk jersey behind me. I changed my camera angle a little bit. I've had that since high school. It's like the one of the things I've had the longest in my life.
Traveling possession. I've seen that jersey move many houses.
So do we have any? I know there was a couple other lists. Quinshon Judkins wasn't a top 10 running back, correct?
Correct. So we can do running backs real quick. We can talk about that one. So he was not, but what I found interesting is even though he didn't make the top 10 list, he did make the 3 honorable mentions. There were only 3, and it was Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, and Quinshon Judkins. So I put out a video. Actually, no, I didn't put it out yet. I'll just give you guys the stats that are coming in that video, that short video. But I've talked about this. Quinshon had the worst, I hate saying that word, the lowest yards before contact per attempt in the entire league, 1.4. So 1.4 yards on average, he was getting hit. First contact. And that was due to the bad offensive line that we've already talked about. But even with that poor number against him, he was top 10 in yards after contact total for the NFL last year. And that's missing, 3.5 games. So the fact that he's able to get hit right away almost when he gets the ball and still be a top 10 running back in yards after contact, just give this guy a hole and let's see what he can actually do because he's a fantastic running back.
Yeah. It's like you said, he's not on that list for the reason we mentioned that the Browns are 31st on their list for roster. No offensive line, no quarterback. And so they're just going to put him off that list right now because they don't have those things.
And let's be honest. I mean, it's not like the top 10 list didn't have some good dudes on there. Do you have the list in front of you?
Yes,
listen to honorable mentions. The honorable mentions are dudes.
The honorable mentions.
You know what I mean? I got it.
Yeah,
correct. That's where I'm at.
Let me scroll real quick. I'll start at 10. So 10 is Breece Hall, 9 is Kenneth Walker, 8 is Devon Achane, 7 James Cook, 6 is Derrick Henry, 5 is Jonathan Taylor, 4 is Christian McCaffrey, 3 is Saquon Barkley, 2 is Jahmyr Gibbs, and number 1, of course, Bijan Robinson.
A good list to be on.
Yeah, so it's not like there's 2 or 3 head scratchers on there where you're going like, how did these guys make it and Quinshon didn't? No, like the list, there's some studs on there, and they got to play, in front of not a Swiss cheese offensive line last year. So Another thing I think that will be huge for the offense this year is going to be motion.
Oh,
You know, we're going to have pre-snap motion. We're going to have motion at the time the ball is snapped. That helps a quarterback identify coverages easier. It gets people in space. It gets the defense thinking, so they're not just selling out. So I think with an improved offensive line, you know, some at the snap motion, some pre-snap motion, all that kind of stuff, just a revamped offensive scheme, I think will go a long way. Also, Quinshon Judkins could have a big year.
And I don't know if you guys have seen him. I was super nervous about that injury in the offseason. Like, what is recovery? The dude looks like he didn't miss a beat. He looks great. He looks really good. Very excited.
It's like they're just in shorts, but you know he's explosive. Like, I know what you're talking about. When you see him just bust like a run, he just looks like he's ready and he's explosive. And that's something you shouldn't tell in shorts, but it seems like you can with him.
I fully expected him to be limited or not even participating really in OTAs and stuff here in the spring, because it's like, why bother? You know, get the leg right, get ready for training camp. I thought, well, if he's ready to go for the start of training camp end of July, that'd be great. He's out there day one of OTAs.
Yep.
No limitations.
No limitations.
Full participant. I was like, that's insane. And he looks amazing. So I think he's just way ahead of his recovery. And I mean, fortunately for him, he was 21 years old when that injury happened. So obviously your body it can withstand and heal a lot better than it can when you're 28, 29, or, you know, unfortunately like us.
40.
Yeah.
Yep.
At 37, I was laying on my pillow looking to my right, and when my alarm went off, I picked up my head too quick to turn it off and looked to my left, and I pulled something in my neck. So, I'm working off an alarm clock injury over here. Quinshon Judkins is back early, so that's the difference between, you know, early 20s and late 30s. So, and then I think there was. People are like, man, this guy's.
I was going to
really
say,
shitty.
or maybe a difference between athlete and not athlete. Well, you know, those days are over, bro. You said 37. Come on now, let's be
This
real.
is true.
Hey, man, he works out. It was a previous injury.
Yeah.
Neck cramp.
I need to do some more neck curls, apparently. So I know I think I saw one more list. It was the top cornerbacks, correct? And our guy Denzel Ward cracked that list.
Yes, there's actually two more lists I wanted to talk about, but yes, this next one, cornerback. So Denzel Ward landed at number 7 on the list. So I can just go through real quick. I'll just start at the top this time. Number 1 was Pat Surtain. 2 was Derek Stingley. 3, Christian Gonzalez. 4 is Devin Witherspoon. Trent McDuffie is at 5. 6 is Quinyon Mitchell. And then 7 was Denzel Ward. 8 is J.C. Horn. 9 is Sauce Gardner. 10 is Cooper DeJean.
What about a white guy making the top 10 corners?
He's
good for Cooper.
So good, man.
I never thought I'd see the day.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But here we are. It's a new day in the NFL. I did hear too, like the difference between like Denzel could have easily been like 4th or top 4. Like the you know, it's like a hair difference between these guys. And they said his play hasn't slipped. Some of these guys are just really, really good, and Denzel's getting up in age a little bit now. Denzel's great. I hope he retires at Cleveland Brown. I mean, just keeping an Ohio State kid. Now the Browns, he's been great when he's been here. I think Browns fans kind of underappreciate Denzel Ward. He essentially locks down a half of the field. You know, like he is very good. Jamar Chase never, I mean, I won't say never because there's been games where the Browns just are not trying. But for the most part, Denzel Ward shuts Jamar Chase down. There have been multiple top receivers in this league, and they are asked who's the toughest guy who defends you, and they say Denzel Ward. I feel like Browns fans underappreciate him a little bit because of the injury history, and I also feel like that's a little bit of a misconception too,
stupid.
Because he misses 3 games a year, you know,
which is average.
Which
right?
is nobody plays all 17 games anymore unless you're like a quarterback that doesn't get hit. If you're getting 14 high level games out of your number 1 corner every single year for his entire career, like that's good. You know what I mean? So I love having Denzel Ward on this team. I think he's super undervalued by some Browns fans.
It's not like he shies away from tackling either. Like he's a decent tackler, and like even when he split the guy, remember he split through his legs, tackled through his screen. Like he's athletic and he made some amazing plays. That's why he's always constantly in the top 10.
To be 29 too and still be like arguably one of the best man-to-man corners in the league. You don't have to say anymore. Whether it's 7, just to make that list, and then you look at some of the names on the list. We're talking some really, really young guys that are really. Christian Gonzalez is a dude. Stingley, a dude. Surtain, dude. Like these are another list where you say the other names at positional wise, and you're like, yeah, good company. Really, really good company to be in.
Yeah, and I think the injury thing. I always say this too to people, like for Denzel Ward, when he's not on the field, when one game missed for Denzel Ward feels like 3 because you feel it. Because he is such a lockdown corner. You don't even know he's out there a lot of the times because you're just not even trying to go his way. When he's not on the field, whoever's taking over that spot is getting attacked right away that whole game. So any games that he misses definitely feels like more just because he's that good.
Yeah, I remember when he got drafted by the Browns with the same year as Baker. I was at the store, had Baker, and I had Ward. And I'm like, I'll go with the quarterback. Should have stuck with Ward, man. Would have had that jersey for 9 freaking seasons.
So that's a good spot for Denzel Ward. And I'm excited that he's still a Brown. I hope to see him, retire a Brown here whenever he decides to call it quits. I mean, he's 29. He's still got arguably, 2 to 3 high-level seasons left, and then see what happens after that. So I'm excited for Denzel Ward. What was this last list you wanted to get into?
So the last one's a little bit more fun, I guess. This is Sports Illustrated. So we did ESPN, but now we're doing SI, and it's the NFL uniform rankings.
Oh boy,
for 2026, who's got the best look from worst to best? Do you guys have any idea who they said had the worst looking uniforms in the NFL?
It's got to be the Rams.
Either Seattle.
Rams. You got it, Blake.
Wow,
that shocks me because
they just revamped them.
Yeah. It was literally our very first episode.
Yes.
Our very first episode, we talked about their uniforms. Please, for the love of God, do not go back and watch that.
It sucks.
And if you
trash,
do,
bro.
About 25 minutes into it, our camera falls over.
Yeah, I don't have a beard.
Yeah,
me either.
It's
I'm
bad.
like 300 pounds heavier.
Kenny looked way different back then.
Yeah.
Kenny
Like
had hair.
Zach Cobb.
Yeah, he looked like
We couldn't do virtual episodes back then because I didn't fit in the square.
Yeah. This is terrible.
all right.
But no, so where did the Browns come in?
All right. So the Browns were at 27.
Okay.
If you want to know who was worse than the Browns, who ranked after them, I already said the Rams, then it was the Jets, Cardinals, Panthers, and the Seahawks.
The Seahawks is kind of surprising.
Browns, yeah.
See, the Seahawks doesn't surprise me
Really?
at all. Yeah,
I think
I like
uniforms are, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Panthers have like those black ones, don't they?
Yep.
They do black,
I do. I think those are kind of clean. Here's the thing about the Browns: when we've gotten away from those terrible ones we had,
Dog-bound? Dog-bound jerseys.
Those were awful. These new ones we have, like the brown is nice, but it's brown. Like it's brown and orange. I bleed brown and orange. I love the Browns, but there's only so much you can do with brown and orange. That's why I would love for us to roll out like an alternate uniform, a blackout with orange accents and some white highlight. I don't know. Just give us like a cool alternate at some point because all brown. Sometimes we're all brown. We just look like turds running around. And they're crispy looking turds, but it's still all brown. So there's only so much you can do.
When you play like that too, you obviously get associated with that. I always like the jerseys. I always liked our jerseys. We're an old school team. We're the team of the 50s. And with the Browns, brown and orange are the colors of autumn. They're the colors of football. And that's why nobody else does that. That's why I like it. You know,
I love that. So, I thought you were going to start speaking poetry to us.
Yeah, I know.
Good Lord. The colors of fall.
He's going to bring out a bongo.
Yeah. But hey man, orange is the color of passion, right? So there you go. We're all passionate fans,
I thought it was red, but
no, oranges, baby. Look it up.
So all I'll say is I'm kind of with like I think you guys in this on. I was just raised on it, so like to me, I love brown and orange. And the crazy thing is, I don't think I'd ever want us to go. Like alternate is cool. I'm cool with that. But if they like came out in 2 years and they're like, we're changing our colors completely, I think I would have a mental breakdown low key.
This episode is sponsored by Kalshi. All right, Browns fans, you know, we've all messed around with the sports books before, right? And let's be honest, you're always kind of playing against the house. But with Kalshi, it's different. You're not betting against some sports book. You're trading against other real-world people. There's no house trying to beat you. Kalshi just runs the marketplace. So if you think the public is wrong, like everybody's overreacting to these smoke screens in the draft or sleeping on a prospect, you can literally take the other side of the market. And it's not just sports either. You can trade on other real-world stuff, interest rates, inflation, even wild weather outcomes. It works like this. Simple yes or no markets, your risk is capped up front, and your payout is locked in. So if you trust your takes and instincts, and I know you guys do, go check out Kalshi and see what markets are live right now. So head over to kalshi.com/dogs, KALSHI.com/dogs, DAWGS. Deposit just $20, and Kalshi's going to match you. They're going to put $20 free into your account. That's a great deal to get started. So again, kalshi.com/dogs, $20 match when you deposit $20 into your account. Yeah. So I'm the same way as you, Justin, because, and I see it from the outside perspective. You look at a team's colors, orange and brown. That's really not that much fun, especially if your team is
Chargers.
Yeah, or you're
best
red
colors
and
in the
black
uniform.
or something
Yeah,
cool.
Atlanta.
Whatever. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. But my wardrobe is freaking orange and brown. I do all the graphic design stuff, so I'm constantly finding new ways to use the orange and highlights and stuff like that. So I love the color scheme, but I think that's more of being in it, because from the outside I can totally see where people would be like, "Oh, you don't even have a logo on your helmet." I get it.
They wouldn't be wrong. No, you can't change the colors.
Our helmet
That,
is
like,
the
so-
logo.
Yeah, I agree. No,
We wear our logo.
I love the Browns. We're brown and orange. I bleed brown and orange, and scarlet and gray. But it's like you said. There's especially there's cool colors out there like blue. So,
Dude, not blue.
Yeah.
Come on, team up north, man. No.
well, not that kind of blue. I was thinking the Chargers, the powder
Gotcha.
blues. So no, I'm not.
Top 10 on
I'm
this,
not
though?
shocked. Yeah.
Let's get a little bit interesting. So number 10, Denver Broncos.
No thanks.
I actually, personally, I really like their new uniforms that they came out with.
I don't even know if I know what they look like.
It's okay. They play in the late slot. 9 is the Miami Dolphins.
Classic.
Yeah.
Then 8, this one's interesting. The Washington Commanders. I guarantee they wouldn't have been here if they hadn't gone back to the Redskins uniforms.
Yeah, because their uniforms aren't great. Also, is somebody being tortured in the background?
Justin, did you?
Are my kids screaming?
I don't think you're using your mic audio.
Heck yeah. Well, hold on.
Because they're getting rowdy there. I can hear them.
Oh boy.
I was like, somebody's being
They're
tortured.
progressively getting louder and louder.
What about now?
Man.
That's the same.
Too late.
Okay. We
We're gonna roll with it.
roll on to number 7 is the Houston Texans, those new ones that they rolled out last year, which I personally don't like. I don't know about you guys. I feel like the numbers look weird on them.
No, I'd rather the Houston Oilers. There you go. I'll sub that out.
Agreed.
Oh, I thought
brother.
you had it there for a minute, Justin. Never mind. All right.
No, hell no.
I
Not
know.
technology.
Tech mid-show, bad call. See, there it got quiet again. Anyway,
Yeah.
number 6 is
Because I'm
Tampa-
muting my mic, bro. I'm trying to do you guys a favor. Christ, help me.
Justin, just click on the little microphone in your box.
I'm
the
sorry,
little
bro.
arrow, and change your input device to your mic. There.
It's all good. Number 6, we do it live, guys. We do it.
Yes.
Number 6, Buccaneers, which I think they got nice, clean. They went back to their, more traditional uniforms after they had that horrendous cutting edge look like the Browns went with.
Right. Right. Yeah, I didn't like the creamsicle though. I'm not high on that.
Oh, really? I think that's the one a lot of people love.
I know. I'm not big on
classics.
Okay. Interesting. Well, 5 Bengals.
No, they're in our division. I don't like anybody in our division, so forget about it.
Screw you guys.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah, you sound great.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Hey, thanks. We're only 36 minutes into the show. What are we doing out here, guys?
I didn't even notice it.
I thought we could make it, and then they got louder and louder. I was like,
Sorry. I have a 7-year-old and a 6-year-old daughter, and it's in the middle of the summer. Good luck. If you have kids, you get it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Love my wife. You're doing great, babe.
I'm
Keep
like,
it up.
oh, that's totally his computer audio. Shoot, picking that up.
Well,
Anyway. And then number 4, Kenny, this one's for
Father's
you,
Club.
dog. This one is the Baltimore Ravens. So you got 2 AFC North teams here in the top, but the Ravens just tweaked their jerseys too, so they're kind of different this year a little bit. They didn't go crazy. 3 Cowboys. Classic. Another classic. Number 2, the 49ers.
They're
like
solid.
those.
Yeah.
I like
do
those
too.
uniforms they threw out last year, too.
I like the Kelly Green Philadelphia Eagles. I think those are slick.
Yeah, I'll have to go look and see where they are on this list. But number 1, Chargers.
Yeah. Easy.
Every year.
Every
forever.
year. Yeah. Powder blue.
They got a nice look. They do.
I always thought the Lions were Honolulu blue. Like, I thought that was a good look.
What else do you guys want to know?
Is my mic working correctly?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right, well,
Guys,
let's just close the show out. Hey.
Man, was there? I know there was one topic in here we can kind of. Kenny sent this out, and it was who do you guys see kind of being the defensive leader for this team now? Obviously, we don't have Miles anymore. Who's going to kind of step into that role? Who do you guys think it's going to be?
I was going to say Carson Schlesinger until I hear Jared Verse talk. That guy's so intense. Like, he wants to be the leader. And I'm not saying that Carson Schlesinger can't be the leader, but that guy really seems to have a stranglehold on wanting that. I mean, I listened to his the D-line coach there, Cesar, and he had just glowing reviews for him. Like, as soon as the guy's walking off the plane, he's like, what can I do to make this team better? What can I do to help these guys win? That's real leadership right there. So I'm going to say V8, baby, Jared Verse. Oh,
Yeah, I think it's going to be honestly, probably a combination of those two, honestly, because Carson's, you're going to be a green dot guy in the middle, kind of controlling everything. But as far as your rah-rah, let's get everybody hyped and ready to rock and roll. I mean, V8 is that dude. And Kenny, I know exactly what you're saying. I think I'm just going to tweak your word where you say he's wanting to be that. I don't think it's so much he's just like wanting to be the leader. I think he just is. That's just who.
Yeah, fair point.
And I know that's
Fair
what you
point.
meant, but I just wanted to shift the terminology there. Like, he is a leader. He walks in, and that's just who he is, how he is. That's how he works. And I'm excited to see how that looks this year, for real.
I think Browns fans are really going to love Jared Verse.
Yeah.
In terms of his, at least in terms of personality wise and mentality, he's kind of like the opposite of Myles Garrett in terms of, like, Myles was obviously great on the field, but he wasn't super vocal, and sometimes he'd drop cryptic things. Jared Verse is like that rah, get you fired up. Like, I think Cleveland's just going to love that guy. And if he plays it anywhere near a high level, to go alongside with his attitude and his effort and his mentality, Cleveland fans are going to love this guy.
I mean, people loved Myles Garrett, obviously, but a lot of people made fun of him for, like, having the little dinosaur figurines at press conferences and things like that. Jared Verse won't have those.
No.
I mean, he's business.
I think if we're not going to go with Jared Verse or Schlesinger, also let me throw in veteran leadership, Denzel Ward, hype energy guy. We always like Greg Newsome in that role where he was kind of like the juice of the defense. And I'm not even sure the defense will still be like that post Jim Schwartz, but I like what Denzel Ward's bringing to the locker room as far as just veteran leadership. And, he's going to be strumming the guitar a lot this year.
True.
I see a thing in here that says about Jared Verse, we kind of have to lower our expectations. So then what are your expectations? Because at least for me, I feel like I have realistic ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect Jared Verse to get 22 sacks or 23 sacks or whatever it is. I think Hopefully he'll get to double digits. I'd like to see him get to like 12. If he can get to 12 sacks. But I care about those pressures, and I care about the way he's going to play the run. Listen, again.
Yeah, man, set the edge.
We loved Miles, but his last 2 seasons, all he cared about was sacks. If they ran did Miles ever get chase down tackles? And again, I don't want to stand up here and disparage the guy who gave us all that this time, but even when he was here, we talked about this. If they ran away from Myles Garrett, he would jog after the play. If he didn't read run, he just rushed up the field. They'd run right underneath him in the crease he created by rushing the passer on a run play. Jared Verse, I feel like, is going to play a more like total of defense. It's not just going to be strictly pass rush. He's going to play the run. He's going to get after the passer. He's not going to give up on plays. So
more balanced.
More balanced, and
again, motor.
Like, obviously, what Miles is great at, he's great at, and he was awesome. We loved his time here and everything like that. I'm not trying to like undersell Miles' value here, but I think Jared Verse can bring a lot of positive things to this defense that maybe we didn't have, and I think there's more to being a really great defender than putting up a boatload of sacks. I think you can affect the game in a lot of different ways.
That's a great point. I mean, and a good way to look at it. Obviously, we're losing a whole lot with Myles Garrett, but we're also gaining a whole lot with Jared Verse, and there might not be a whole lot of overlap there like you're talking about, where Myles was the elite, pass rusher. Jared Verse is the more balanced edge defender. He's not going to be leading the league in sacks, at least not right now. Maybe he can evolve into that, but he's definitely going to bust his tail, like Justin just said, high motor.
Yep.
He's coming after the run. He's bull rushing these tackles. He's throwing people into the quarterback. Like he's going to create some havoc back there, and I think it's going to be fun to watch.
I think Browns fans will appreciate it. I think they'll fall in love with how he plays the game.
Yeah, it's contagious too. Like if you hear his teammates already, like he's already in, he's already got that leadership role. Like they're excited to play, and that contagious stuff will translate on the field.
Interesting note here. He says, from Sayin Sewell, I wonder if multiple pressures matter more than sacks because the Super Bowl champs in Seattle didn't have a single guy with 10 plus sacks. I did not know that, but that is interesting. Obviously you want to get home but getting like, if you're pressuring the quarterback, that means you're forcing him to get rid of the ball quicker. It means you're forcing him into bad decisions. It means you're forcing him to step up into the pocket. Maybe somebody else gets the sack. All that good things happen from pressuring the quarterback. Obviously you want to get home as often as possible, but, pressure. I feel like pressures definitely matter.
We argued about that a lot when people would dog Myles for going a game or two in a row without having a sack. And it's like, listen, if you got to look at the context of those games. It's really hard to sack the quarterback if he doesn't have the ball. You're probably hitting the quarterback, but it's not a sack because he already threw the ball or he threw it out of bounds. Or if you're pressuring the guy and you're forcing him into an incomplete pass, or it's just a quick check down for a 1 yard gain or a 1 yard loss or something, or it's an intercept, whatever. Pressuring matters. It really does. Just because you didn't come away with the sack doesn't mean it wasn't a great play.
Yeah, just check out the Bills game last year. I was there. Yeah. Josh Allen was going the complete opposite way, and he totally wrecked that game, which we almost won, but we didn't. And but you could tell his presence in that game for sure.
So, well, I'm excited to watch Jared Verse this year. I'm excited for a lot of things. Is it going to translate to wins? Who knows? We'll see. But I am excited to see how this young team performs, how bought in they are to the new coach, how Todd Monken has them ready to go. I'm just ready for football to be here. I'm tired of the offseason. I'm ready for real-life football to be here. So I think, unless you guys have something, I think we can wrap this one up.
Yep. Happy offseason, everybody.
Yes. Hey, good job to the Cavs extending Donovan Mitchell.
Hell
Let's bring LeBron home. Let's do that. So this is my weekly pitch to LeBron to come back to Cleveland.
We brought Kawhi home in friggin' Toronto, man. Like 7 years
care, Kenny. Nobody cares, Kenny.
7 years too late. You guys can do it with LeBron, man.
I wanted to remind everybody too, real quick. Fantasy football, if you guys want to play in our fantasy football leagues and the dog pack this year, go to jointhedogs.com. Make sure you guys get in soon, because we opened up registration last month, and that was like, okay, come on in whenever you get, we're getting a lot of people registering for fantasy football. So we're probably going to have to cut it off, I don't know, early August this year, maybe mid at the latest, but Don't wait. Get in. That way you can get into the Discord, pal around with everybody, start to meet some people in there. And then if there's somebody you hit it off with and you're like, hey, I want to be in this person's league, we can facilitate that a little easier now than we can later in August. So jointhedogs.com, get in, play fantasy.
Networking, relationships matter when you're trying to build a team. You need a trade partner. You got to get in there, make some friends that will rub some elbows, kiss some babies. That way you can have trade partners in the season. So like Josh said, don't wait, get in there, start to mingle with everybody, then play some fantasy football with us. So we'll wrap this thing up. We appreciate you guys being here, sticking it with us through a long off season, and we're getting closer and closer every single day to having some real life football to talk about. So we appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you guys next week.
70 days, baby. Let's go.
It's in our blood, it's in our bones, orange and brown, yeah, we ride for our own like a dog pack running. We ain't alone, game day comes, get ready for the show. It's our call, it's our bark, it's our song. We stand tall, yeah, we've been here all along. Through it all, the dog pound standing strong. We all dogs, yeah, we all dogs. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dogs Podcast. Follow us on social media at the Dogs Podcast. And join our dog pack community at jointhedogs.com. We are dogs!
This episode is sponsored by Kalshi. All right, Browns fans, you know, we've all messed around with the sports books before, right? And let's be honest, you're always kind of playing against the house. But with Kalshi, it's different. You're not betting against some sports book. You're trading against other real-world people. There's no house trying to beat you. Kalshi just runs the marketplace. So if you think the public is wrong, like everybody's overreacting to these smoke screens in the draft or sleeping on a prospect, you can literally take the other side of the market. And it's not just sports either. You can trade on other real-world stuff, interest rates, inflation, even wild weather outcomes. It works like this. Simple yes or no markets, your risk is capped up front, and your payout is locked in. So if you trust your takes and instincts, and I know you guys do, go check out Kalshi and see what markets are live right now. So head over to kalshi.com/dogs, KALSHI.com/dogs, DAWGS. Deposit just $20, and Kalshi's going to match you. They're going to put $20 free into your account. That's a great deal to get started. So again, kalshi.com/dogs, $20 match when you deposit $20 into your account.